everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is V and I upload sewing tutorials. Today's tutorial is going to be on how to draft a short. Okay, I have my measurement tape, my scissors, my ruler, my measurement, and my fabric. Okay, I have 2 yards of African print. Okay, so the length of my short is 25 inches, the waist is 42 inches, the hip is also 42 inches, then the crotch is 10.5 inches, and the knee 14 inches. Okay, if it's a long trouser, you take the ankle measurement, but in this case it's a short, so we don't need the ankle measurement. The short is going to stop before the knee. Okay, when drafting a short, you divide the waist by 4, the hip by 4, then the lap by 2. If it's a trouser, you divide the knee measurement by 2 and the ankle measurement by 2. Okay, how do you know the amount of fabric to fold? Okay, you divide the hip by 4. 42 divided by 4 will have 10.5, and you add extra 4 to 5 inches. So if you add 4 inches to 10.5, you now have 14.5 inches. But I'm going to fold 15 inches. So let me show you how to fold it. Okay, you open your fabric. I just want to use this fabric as an example, but this is the fabric I'll be using to make the short. You open your fabric and you fold 15 inches. Okay, you fold 15 inches. All right, so when you fold 15 inches, make sure you have 15 inches. You fold 15 inches. Okay, so this is 15 inches. Then you take the length of your short. The length of my short is 25 inches. This is the length, and you add 3 inches hemming allowance. All right, so you cut it out. I won't be using this fabric. I just wanted to use this fabric to show you as example. Okay, the fabric I'll be using today is this one. All right, so I've already made some markings on it so that the video will not be too long. Okay, so this is my front panel and this is my back panel. All right, so I folded my front panel 15 inches. Okay, so this is 15 inches. All right, I have 15 inches here. Okay, so now the length of my short is 25 inches, so I measured 25 inches. This is 25 inches, and I added 3 inches allowance. Okay, 25 inches, and I added 3 inches allowance. All right, so let me explain the markings on the fabric. Okay, this is ½ inch allowance for joining it to the band. Okay, ½ inch allowance to add it to the band. So we have from here to here 8 inches. From my waist to my hip is 8 inches. Remember how we did for the skirt. From my waist to my hip is 8 inches. Then we'll have the crotch. I told you that the crotch is the hip divided by 4. All right, so we'll have 10.5 inches. From my waist to my crotch is 10.5 inches, and this is my waist to the length of my short. Okay, so now I made a straight line. Made a straight line on the waist, waist to hip, waist to crotch, and waist to length, and this is my sewing allowance. All right, then this straight line you are seeing here, I simply took my hip measurements. All right, my hip divided by 4 is 10.5. I added ½ inch because of this design I'm seeing here. I added ½ inch to make it 11 inches. So I took it from the crotch to the waist. Okay, from the waistline I took 11 inches, 11 inches, 11 inches, 11 inches, 11 inches. Okay, so I stopped at the crotch line. All right, so now to get my curve, right, my crotch curve, okay, I'm going to measure 3½ inches. That is what I have here. You can measure 3 inches, 3½ inches. Okay, then you come out by 1 inch. You come out by 1 inch, then you take it. When you get to the hip, you curve it. this is freehand. I don't want to use my curves for those of you that don't have curves. Okay, so that is it. All right, so now my crotch line is now 15 inches. Remember that we folded with 15 inches, so this is my crotch line. All right, now this short is going to have an elastic band. Okay, so we're not using the waist measurement, we just use the hip measurement on the waist and on the hip line, so that when you put the elastic, it can expand to the hip size. The person can put it on easily. But if you want to use maybe a band on a zip on your short and you want to take the waist measurement, you take it from this side, not from here. Take it from this side. Okay, so for example, now the waist measurement of my client is 40 inches divided by 4 is 10 inches. So you take the 10 from this way. So assuming there's going to be a zipper on this short, this is the waist measurement, and you curve it. Okay, it's as simple as that. On the hemline, I'll be going in by 1.5. All right, so from that 1.5, I will now take my knee measurement. Remember that the short will get to the knee. My knee measurement is 14 inches divided by 2 is 7 inches. Okay, so because I want it to be a bit free, I will add 2 inches allowance. All right, okay, so that is it. So you connect from the crotch to the knee, connect from the crotch to the knee. So that is all. Okay, that is all. All right, so now on the waist line, you come down a bit by half an inch, come down a bit by half an inch, and connect to the waist line. Okay, that is it. So let me go through it again because I want to cut it now. Let me go through it again. So this is the half inch I kept to add it to the band. So from the half inch, from waist to my hip is 8 inches. Waist to my crotch is 10.5 inches. We got that 10.5 by dividing the hip measurement by 4. Then waist to the length of my trouser is 25 inches plus 3 inches allowance. Okay, so we took our hip measurement divided by 4 from the waist to the crotch. Okay, so on the crotch line we went up by 1 inch and extended it by 4 inches. Then we connected it from the hip with a curve to the crotch. All right, so on the knee line we went in by 1.5 inches, then divided our knee by 2. Our knee is 14 inches, divided by 2 is 7, and I added 2 inches allowance, and we connected this to the crotch line. Okay, so that was how we got here, as simple as ABC. Okay, now on the waistline we came down by half an inch and connected it to the waistline. That is all. So we are going to cut now. So let's cut. So here we come down just for shape, then cut following the curve. All right, then cut. Remember that I always tell you that when you want to cut the hemline, okay, always fold the hem. All right, okay, I almost forgot, we did not take the measurements from the waist to the hip. Hope you can see, from the waist to the hip, sorry, then from the hip to the crotch to the hemline. All right, from the hip to the crotch to the hemline, from the waist to the hip, from the hip to the crotch to the hemline. Hope my chalk is visible. Okay, so when you want to cut, you fold in the hemline so that you can see what you are cutting and cut. As simple as A, B, and C. Remember I told you I'm going to remove the label side. So this is our front panel of our short. This is our front panel of our short. Okay, this is our front panel, as simple as A, B, and C. All right, this is our front panel. All right, in my next video I'll be drafting the back panel of the short. The back panel is very simple, like the front panel. All right, so so that the video will not be too long, I didn't draft the two at the same time. So in our next video I'll be drafting the back panel. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel, like and share my video. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.